We came, we saw. Were we conquered? We marveled. We believed that this was the world science could make for us without really trying to understand it. The consumer exhibits were the most popular. The new cars, the television, the aerated bread, the dishwashers. My average family didn't get a dishwasher until after the war. But we did get a new streamlined cold spot refrigerator that year. I remember it well. So maybe in the end, we real people learned our lessons too.
I just apologized to Professor Einstein for the weather, and he said it's all right, it's just water.
If science, like art, is to perform its mission truly and fully, its achievements must enter not only superficially, but with their inner meaning into the consciousness of people.
Einstein came there one night to do something scientific. I forget exactly what, that turned on the lights of the fair. Yes, science did enter only superficially into the world of tomorrow, and not with its inner meaning. It was magic in the end. It was illusion. And at night, it was even more of an emerald city. Fire came out of water. Amazing. There were fireworks every night. Every single night.
I wonder if the years ahead will be as bright as this.
We haven't seen anything yet, darling. Why, all this is merely a sample of the real world of tomorrow.
This conquering the future business has its pitfalls. It was easier to make things look different than to make them different. Easier to streamline the present than to see in it the seeds of the future and tell which ones would grow and which would not. We are always somehow responsible for the future, even though we can't predict it. In 1939, the past had claims on us that could not be ignored. Claims that were about to be presented. Under these imaginary wheels and wings, a real future was coming into being. A future the World's Fair could not conquer, because the World's Fair was unwilling to imagine it. Here is part of a film about the fair made in 1939 by these two brothers, the Matusis brothers, Lithuanian immigrants. Lithuania, like every country, had its own day at the fair to celebrate itself and show itself off to the world. The Matusis brothers planned to take their film back to Lithuania and show the old country how well its children were doing in the new. That summer, Hitler and Stalin signed a non-aggression pact, dividing up the states between them as a buffer zone. Lithuania was forced to cede much of its territory to Stalin. There would be, before this film was ready to be seen, no Lithuanian nation for the Matusis brothers to return to. The 60 foreign nations represented at the fair showed the products of their peaceful and industrious peoples and proclaimed the interdependence of man. The fair called itself a force for peace in the world. Yet even before the fair opened, Italy overran Ethiopia. That fall, Germany invaded Poland. Before the fair ended its first year, France and Britain were at war with Germany. Czechoslovakia's pavilion celebrated the independence it had won after the First War. But that nation's dismemberment had begun even before its pavilion was completed in 1938. 1938, the year of the Munich Accords. The year the war that ended in 1918 began again in earnest.
Through days clamorous with alarms, America watches and listens. Czechoslovakia sends Minister Herban, who visits the State Department and tells newsmen of his beleaguered nation.
How large is your army?
Well, now they are mobilized about 1,200,000.
But you have about 2 million people altogether ready for service?
Oh, we have 15 million, every child, every old man.
Every child and every old man.
The Czechs got no support for their stand. The Sudetenland was ceded to Hitler without a fight. Within a year, a coup had destroyed what remained of free Czechoslovakia. Its pavilion stood still across the sea through 1939 and 1940. On its walls, the ancient prophecy: after the tempest of wrath has passed, the rule of thy country will return to thee, O Czech people. What we here would do, we thought, was to stay out of the European and Asian conflicts, the old hatreds, the terrifying new orders being imposed. We had no desire to fight. War was useless, old-fashioned, barbaric. And the fighting was far away. In the first wave of enthusiasm for this fair, its board thought it could run for 5 years, maybe become permanent, a host to the nations. By summer's end, it was obvious that 1940, its second year, would be its last. Whalen had sold the future to the world, but he hadn't sold enough tickets to the fair. The New York World's Fair of 1940 was a somewhat different thing than the fair of 1939. The 39 fair had lost money despite all of Whalen's efforts. He was removed as president and replaced by Harvey Gibson, a banker.
I can assure you, those of you who attend the fair this year, that you will like it very much.
To get the fair into the black, Gibson lowered the admission price, dropped a lot of the social purpose stuff, and hugely expanded the entertainment zone, renamed the Great White Way. Gibson thought he knew more about the average American than the designers of Democracy City did. For 1940, Billy Rose needed new girls for the Aquacade, the most popular show at the fair, both years. The lake where the Aquacade was held, Fountain Lake, had also been renamed. Now it was Liberty Lake. In fact, the whole fair had been renamed. Its theme was no longer building the world of tomorrow, but for peace and freedom. The controversial Russian pavilion was gone. The huge empty space it left was called the American Common, and big events like the American Jubilee were held there, and a big rally on I Am an American Day with Kate Smith singing.
From the mountain to the prairie to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
I may have been a Republican. I may have been a Democrat. But whatever my party may be, I am an American. And I glory in the knowledge that in our country, a president is chosen not to tell Americans what to do, but to do what Americans want.
There was no doubt we were getting the jitters. It was the same fair, only the heart seemed to have left it. It had become pretty obvious what tomorrow was going to be like. And the day after tomorrow was far away. At the British Pavilion, they showed a captured German parachute used for mining the British coasts. That summer, Denmark and Holland were invaded, and Rotterdam was firebombed. That summer, the new words to learn were blitzkrieg and quisling. In June, France fell. The Battle of Britain began. Our love, let us be true to one another. For the world which seems to lie before us like a land of dreams, so various, so beautiful, so new, hath really neither joy nor love nor light, nor certitude, nor peace, nor help for pain. And we are here as on a darkling plain, swept with confused alarms of struggle and flight, where ignorant armies clash by night.
The Special Features Division of WOR brings you at this time the official closing ceremonies at the New York World's Fair. During this broadcast, we shall take you to several vantage points on the fair grounds for word pictures in this spectacle of the world of tomorrow. But here, in the Mardi Gras Casino, is WOR's World's Fair reporter, that old smoothie, Ed Fitzgerald. Take it, Ed.
Good morning, neighbors. Good morrow. This is it. This is the deadline. The witching hour at the great international exhibit known as the New York World's Fair. I want to tell you I have never seen such a spectacle as this in all my life. Inside, we've got 3,500 enthusiastic young jitterbugs, young Americans living for the world of tomorrow. I think it would be futile and a waste of time for me to discuss anything beyond this point, so I say to you, Mr. T. Garden, please play your swell number, Man and His Dream.
I think that there are moments when you can see the world turning from what it is into what it will be. For me, the New York World's Fair is such a moment. It is a compass rose pointing in all directions toward imaginary future and real past, false future and immutable present. A world of tomorrow contained in a lost American yesterday.
You're watching Sleepcore. Pleasant dreams.
As we move into this new era, access to information becomes a new kind of wealth. In the past, wealth was money, stuff, goods, land. But as more and more of our employment, as more and more of what counts in the world is in the form of information, whether it's in the financial system, whether it's in think tanks like SRI, whether it's in public policy, doesn't really matter. Information becomes a new kind of wealth, and we'll have the information rich and the information poor. Those who feel comfortable with the technology, those who feel comfortable with abstraction, those who feel comfortable with quantification, and those who don't. And we'll have no's and no-nots, if you will.
We feel strongly that having access to information, such as we and others provide, allows the people to, I don't know whether the word is predict the future, but have a lot better handle on what's going to happen, because the past shapes the future. And we think it's vital for people to have this information so they have a better shot at tomorrow. I don't think the mass of people perceived a need for this kind of information until it was available. It's like somebody said one time, well, why did you do this? How come nobody did it before? And my answer, it's a little facetious, I guess, but my answer is, how come nobody invented the safety pin before they did? Information Access Corporation is a company that indexes cover to cover the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, the Christian Science Monitor, 700 law journals, and 270 industry-specific magazines such as Agribusiness, Women's Wear Daily, Iron Age, Coal Age, Chemical Week, and the 370 most popularly read magazines. collects all of that information and sends it down the line so that it's online all over the world from Helsinki to Singapore by 8 o'clock tonight. The information gets entered by an indexer who has a master's degree in library science and has probably worked in a library on the reference desk or someplace in the library. So he or she is very familiar on the way people look for information.
You learning anything?
Yes, I enjoy it. Right now I'm learning about redecorating.
It's one of the most enjoyable things that I think I've ever done.
I'm a crossword puzzle fan, and I find lots of unusual words that I can put in.
Is it fun? No.
If you're in business and you use the information and your competitor doesn't, you have an edge. Every year, the use of this information has grown tenfold. It's like a snowball down a hill. Once we've already captured the information and put it in the computer, the other fellow has to go do that. And we've already got 4 years' worth. Some people think we're creating a gold mine for ourselves out of this, and I have to admit that it's very nice. I would describe myself as an entrepreneur and probably even more a professional salesman. And there really isn't anything wrong with being a professional salesman. A lot of people say, well, if there are 4 ladies sitting around a bridge table, so what does your husband do? Well, he's works for the Humane Society. He catches dogs. Oh, that's nice. And the other one is a school teacher. And what does your husband do? Well, he's a professional salesman. Oh, yeah? A lot of people take offense to that. But when you get right down to it, nothing happens till somebody buys or sells something. Nothing really happens in this world till somebody buys or sells something. And it isn't necessarily a commodity. It can be a service or whatever it happens to be. Nothing happens till somebody buys or sells something.
3 months ago, World Communications Industries swooped down into Sugar Falls and laid all this incredible state-of-the-art equipment on us. Cable TV, computers, fiber optics, interactive video discs. And, well, they said we could have it for free as long as we used it, and, well, we told them how we liked it.
How do you like it?
Oh, listen, it's fantastic. I mean, fantastic. You know, it makes work absolutely easy. I mean, I can work here at home. I can wear whatever I want. It's great. Hi, Ellen.
Oh, hi, Mr. Scott.
Well, what's up?
Not too much. Your meeting for tomorrow with Phil has been canceled. He's got to go out of town, so we'll try again for next week.
Oh, that's too bad. How's the little one coming along?
Okay.
Hey, he's really growing.
Or she.
Oh, of course. Well, anything else?
The boss wants to know what you're up to.
Oh, tell him I finished the project for George. Oh, and I got those articles I wanted.
Oh, I could have done that.
Oh, that's okay. Anything else?
Yeah, that's about it.
Well, if anything comes up, let me know.
Sure. Talk to you later.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's a brand new world here. I mean, it's revolutionized the way I live, the way my kids live, the way my wife lives. My dog, I don't know about.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Well, I know I sound like a kid here. It's a game called Battle of Britain. It's one of these interactive war games, you know. Sugar Falls has been divided into 2 camps. The west side of town, they're the Nazis, you know, the Luftwaffe. And the right side of town, they're the RAF, Battle of Britain, you know. And as soon, I usually play the Nazi, but I don't know why. I always get cast as the heavy. But I'll tell you, if you shoot down a plane, you get a free movie, which I think is a pretty good deal. You know, my kid's the champ, city champ. He's better than I am. He really knows how to play these games. He knows computers. He understands computers. And if the terminal's down, you know, he fixes it. I love that phrase, down. We never had that. We used to, my day it was when things were broken, you know. But No, I just to get back to your original question, how do I like it? It's wonderful stuff. Wonderful.
Really?
History and Economics, The Middle Ages, Unit 12.
A pavane for my lord.
My lord, humble servants.
Oh, show them in.
Good day, my lord. We bring you the fruits of our labor. Lord, we must have more grain for the winter. Our children cry, our men fall ill. Please, my lord.
Hey, you're not doing so bad. More grain? Minister! Yes, Minister, come right here, yes. How much grain do we have?
My lord, our granaries are only half filled.
Half full. Means 300 bushels. 300 bushels will pay off the Duke, feed my knights, for the castle, George. Hi, George.
What's up?
You up to Unit 12 in history?
Unit 12, 14.
Oh, typical. Look, what happens if I feed the serfs?
You're gonna want half your grain.
So?
Remember, you gotta feed your army, pay off the Duke and the Bishop.
But if I don't feed them, they might revolt.
So, you have your knights. Look, give them 40 bushels, tops. Half of them will die, but you'll still have enough left for spring planting.
Thanks a lot. See you later, okay? 40 bushels. Very interesting. Do they deserve it? 40 bushels. Okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. 40 bushels. Okay, if you don't stop complaining, you get 30 bushels. Like, okay, 20 bushels.
What are you doing in my room?
Homework, my terminal's down.
What? What is this?
It's my history homework.
Look, go torture peasants in your own room.
Leave me alone, I'm learning economics. Mom! Oh, Mom!
I think certainly one generation worrying about the next and how it's inevitably going to hell is a fundamental human quality. It seems to me it's been going on for generation after generation. But I think the pace is picking up and the magnitude of the differences are greater and greater. You know, my father installed the first light bulb in his village in Hungary. And when he died, he was designing the most advanced computers in the world. That was one man's life over 50 years. And that was a 50-year process. Now, in the space of 20 years, we will have gone from color television to video discs and satellite broadcasting in cable. We will have transformed the nature of the media within a space of less than 2 decades. The rate of change is picking up, and the magnitudes of the change are growing. As a result, I think the gaps become greater and greater. And I think this next generation could be one that is even greater than any in the past, simply because of the new media. That is, that their consciousness from earliest childhood is going to be so very different. Part of what happens in the future is a function of just the random events of history, the accidents of time, if you will. Part of it is the momentum of history, that is what the past has, the legacy of the past has given us. Over that we have very little control. But to the extent that we aspire toward anything, to the extent that our own actions influence what is likely to come, and that's a great deal of what happens, then what we imagine matters a great deal. If we imagine dark days ahead, our actions will be to protect ourselves, to survive, to take care of our own, not to worry about our neighbors, not to worry about the country, and to that extent, we will help create those dark days. To the extent, on the other hand, that we imagine that what we do matters, that what we do influences the future, that there are creative possibilities, and we invest our own energies in those, whether we're corporations or individuals, then to that extent we help create that future. We don't guarantee it, we don't control it, we don't make it happen. We influence it. And we do have a considerable influence over the future.